So the case filed by law professor Akufo-Addo raised concerns about the process that had been used by the government to impose restrictions. He had made the point that they should have acted under Article 21 to impose those restrictions. That part of Ghana's constitution allows restrictions to be imposed in the interest of public health and safety and crisis where necessary. But Professor Etua took the view that using Article 21 amounted to suspending fundamental human rights in a manner that he considered unlawful. He took the view that it was important that government should have sought to control the COVID-19 pandemic by using emergency powers which were allowed under Article 31 of the Constitution. This provides an elaborate procedure for such restrictions to be imposed, including the presidency consulting the Council of State, as well as going through various steps to outline those measures. The court agreed with his views and declared as unconstitutional the Impositions of Restrictions Act and proceeded to strike out that law as unconstitutional, null and void and of no effect. Professor Akufo-Addo says he is delighted by this decision.
The decision means that the law which was passed in the first place was illegal. It was unconstitutional. It shouldn't have been passed because there were sufficient provisions in the Constitution to direct how the emergency should have been organized. We also made reference to the Public Health Act, which also gives an idea of how emergency should be organized in case there's a public health emergency in the country. And so that is what the court decided for us.
But we know that the president over the weekend announced that he had lifted the restrictions. I guess it means that they will not be able to, in the event they want to utilize the law that allowed them to issue those EI, they will not be able to do so anymore.
No, they will not be able to do so. But the case had come up earlier, before the president made the announcement last week. And that announcement alone also wasn't enough because the restrictions came by a law. And so the president just making a statement does not change the law. And so we are glad that the Supreme Court itself has pronounced that the law is illegal, is unconstitutional, it shouldn't have been enacted in the first place.
We know that government has since announced that the COVID restrictions are lifted, but the law Imposition of Restriction Act is no longer a lawful tool because of the decision of the court. So it will mean that in the event they want to issue any executive instrument on the basis of that particular law, they would have to go to Parliament and have the law passed, or perhaps use the Article 31 emergency procedure that the Supreme Court spoke about on Wednesday. For joining us from the Supreme Court on this particular matter, my name is Joseph Akable.